Good morning and welcome to the podcast, The Last Podcast. This is your host, Constance Warner, and the first episode today is on choreography. Here with me today, I have Chris and Sam. Chris knows quite a bit about Star Wars. Sam does not.
I know a little.
Okay.
I know a tiny bit.
And we're going to watch some of the fighting scenes and just talk about the choreography throughout all three of the trilogies. Okay, Sam, what are your thoughts? Because I have a feeling you're not going to say any of the things Chris and I are.
Oh, probably not, no.
Compared to other fight scenes, I've...
Oh, hold on. Also, this is Luke and Darth Vader in episode 6.
I actually knew the characters. I didn't know the episode, though.
It says the episode on the screen.
Oh, it does.
You know, I
didn't look at the top. I didn't look
Okay.
at the top at all.
Did you look at the bottom where it said the character names?
No.
All right, good job. I meant good job as in you came up with the names on your own.
Compared to other fight scenes that I've seen, it seemed pretty tame. That's about all I know, though.
Okay. Chris?
So I was actually going to say kind of the opposite of that. This is one of the less tame fight scenes, especially with Luke, because it shows off his more angry side because it's that battle within himself of the light versus the dark. And you can see the dark side almost winning over in the way he's just violently just swinging his sword.
See, you can also see, though, if you go through it, which Sam's not going to know what we're talking about, but when we compare it to the later ones, like you can see even when he does start to get angry, where is it?
Because here he still has some technique.
Yeah, but even when he does like get not there. There is one scene or one shot where they show this one. Like you can see even like, yes, his technique definitely got worse there once he got like upset, but he still has a bit of technique.
Yeah, but it just becomes more barbaric.
Yeah, no, I agree.
With the way he swings because he's just angry.
Yeah. With that being said, he's supposed to be acting like that compared to some other ones.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
you'll see. Okay, next one. This is the Phantom Menace, Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon versus Darth Maul.
Oh, that does work.
Oh, it didn't show the best
Thoughts?
part.
I know, but that part didn't really have anything with the choreography itself, and I was
With
trying
him
to.
doing a big old flippity flip over top of him.
What?
Oh.
At the very end of that fight,
Well,
where
yeah,
he flips over top of him
but I was meaning whatever.
and
Okay.
cuts him in half.
I know.
That
What?
seems pretty choreographed.
Yeah, I should have.
That's a
Yeah.
crazy
I
lore
shoulda.
drop.
Yeah, when he falls down right at the end of
Have
that,
you not
he
seen
doesn't
any
know
of these?
anything about Star Wars.
I've seen like one of the movies. It
Which
was
one?
like I don't remember.
Evidently
was
not
like-
this one.
A New Hope. Please
I
tell me
have
you
no
started
clue.
with the first one. And
I
by
would
the first
assume
one, the
so.
first one that came out.
I would
The
assume
first
so,
one-
but I don't know.
By the first one, the fourth
Yeah,
one,
but the first one that came out. Also, I put these.
they came out with episodes 4, 5, and 6 originally because they didn't know they were going to come out with a whole big
No,
series.
they did. That was.
They didn't
his-
know the movies were going to take off like they did. So
No.
they just came out with A New Hope. And then they realized, oh, this is popular. Came out with 5 and 6.
But there was the
Came out with the
intention during
prequels.
those to
Oh,
make it
they
episodes
wanted
4,
to.
5, 6, then 1, 2, 3, then 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, they
Why?
wanted to, but they didn't know it was going to
George
take
Lucas.
off like it did. So they didn't know if they'd have.
I mean, I think
The
it's kind of
ability to
cool.
do
I
it.
don't think they did the sequels very well, and I think parts of the prequels I don't like either. I like them better than my parents do. They hate them, but I like how they did it that way because then they can build on the story in the
Yeah.
prequels.
I guess that's fair. They can like add
Yeah.
because if you have a character already developed, it's easier to
Yeah.
develop a backstory for it. I need to put the mic at
Which
my mouth.
also, I started to say it. I don't know if I said it. These fight scenes I put in order of the order they happen in the movie, or not the order they happen in the movies. The order they have, like the order you would have seen them if you were watching the movies when they came out,
Okay.
Mm.
with the exception of the last two, which take place at the same time. So, but like
Okay.
they're cutting back and forth, in the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, what were your thoughts?
From a filming standpoint, I'm assuming the lightsabers are like actual props, not CGI.
So the
They're
way they do them,
sticks.
I don't remember exactly how they did them in the originals, but have you
Sticks.
seen the videos I've edited with lightsabers?
I think so.
Okay. So
Possibly.
basically, yeah, they have like a stick and they fight with that so that they get like an actual,
Okay,
Fight.
so there is something in their hand.
yes.
Yeah.
And then they go in and edit the saber over
Okay,
top of
okay.
it. Yeah.
Because from that standpoint, that choreography looked incredibly difficult.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like incredibly difficult and
I feel
very
like I can
impressive.
predict what you're going to have for episode 3 already. And that one's going to be even more impressive.
Yeah.
Because
Also, I agree with you
basically
now. That
the
one
best.
definitely is the best movie out of all of them.
Thank you. No one else agrees with that. Everyone always says episode 3 is like not as good.
My
as the
parents
rest.
hate the prequels. They
It's
hate
so
the prequels. I used to
So
really
good.
like The Phantom Menace. I don't remember why, but I really liked it when I first watched it. And they hated the fact that that was one of my favorites.
My mom just gets creeped out by Darth Maul.
Okay. Your mom.
I know, she's weird.
What? Granted, she gets creeped out by possums. So
My
Yeah,
mom doesn't
but,
like
like,
possums either. I saw a
in all
possum as I was
fairness,
leaving your
Darth
house
Maul is
yesterday.
kind of- Darth Maul is a little creepy, but she gets too creeped out by him.
Yeah. Also, this, I believe, I'm not positive, other than when like Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon are running through and like fighting like the droids and stuff, I think this is basically the first fight scene in the prequels. He does,
Think
When-
so, yeah.
he has that small one with Qui-Gon, I think. It might be Obi-Wan. I think it's Qui-Gon though. When they're getting Anakin,
Yeah,
from
when they're getting
Tatooine.
on the
Yeah.
plane,
but
He shows up.
that's just to introduce the character. So
Yeah.
that's
it's like a 10-second fight scene.
yeah.
But yeah.
So
I feel like this one, they just really took, like all of the ones in the prequels, really, they took advantage of the fact that like they could really make it like flashy and
Yeah.
stuff. And I like that they developed it because this was when like the Jedis were at like, I don't know, the
Their-
height of their,
yeah.
yeah. So like it makes perfect sense for all of them to like be more skilled. And also the only thing I don't like is how they basically dropped the like fencing style, because
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense to me how that would just randomly come back later. Like it kind of makes sense that no, it's not going to be the exact same style of fighting because Luke was taught by two people who, I mean, they honestly barely taught him in the movies. At least as far as like with lightsabers. But I feel like they should have more of that technique, even though they do have technique.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Or at least like the same style.
That's what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to move on?
I don't know.
You can move on.
Okay.
Simple yes or no question.
Oh, I also wanted to say, sorry. I like how they do this in, I think, all of them. I don't remember if they do it in the sequels or not. I think they do. Where they have like they incorporate like them actually fighting, like kicking each other, like stuff like that.
Yeah. Because that was apparent in just that scene alone.
Yeah. And I like that because I feel like it makes it more real. And especially with the one we're gonna watch, Anakin and Obi-Wan, I feel like that one just like really solidifies the characters and the story and everything because they consistently talk about like how Anakin is like a brother to him. And like, I mean, you'll see it. We'll talk about it when we watch it, but like just the way they fight, like you can tell they're very close.
Yeah. And there's a lot of emotion behind it.
Okay.
I honestly like Count Dooku.
I don't know who that is.
Because
That's the other guy you're watching.
The
I
actual
figured that
actor
out.
for him did so much stuff. He was like a war hero and knows how to fight.
Look at
And
this dude. Look at him.
I think some movies that he's been in, he's had to tell the people how people actually die. Like when someone gets shot or something, this is how they actually die. So it looks realistic.
Yeah. So I included that one and the next one because Yoda's CGI.
Yeah.
So they could do more with that.
Yeah. And it really shows off how he makes up for his size or
Yeah.
lack thereof.
He just kind of goes. It's very silly.
Yeah,
I quite like
he's-
I
Yoda.
will say with Yoda, in his two fight scenes, I didn't really include it because I was mainly focusing on like the lightsabers, but a lot of it incorporates the Force. And like, yes,
Yeah.
in other scenes they also incorporate it, but I feel like they incorporate it more with Yoda, which partially I'm sure is because of the CGI. Like it's just easier than choreographing a whole scene where someone's just not there. But also, I feel like it just works with Yoda's character.
Yeah.
Isn't he like super, super wise and smart? He big brained.
I love the stark contrast between the way we're talking about it and then he big boy. He's silly little green guy. Just very, very slight difference.
just slight. I need to learn the lore so I can play the games.
Or
You
hear me
don't
out.
need to learn the
We can
lore to
just
play
watch
the games.
the movies.
That's
'cause the
that's a
movies are
very
very-
fair point.
That's how I
I
was gonna
have-
learn the
Okay.
lore. Yes.
So the
However,
three of
I
us
will
just need
not
to
put
hang
you
out
through
and watch
watching-
all of them.
I will
all of
not
them?
put you through watching.
He needs
7,
to
8, and 9.
He needs to see them at
No, he
least once.
doesn't.
He needs to see
No,
them
he
to get the
doesn't.
full
That's-
story.
That's torture.
You
I've
do that
watched
to me
them.
anyway.
I've watched them multiple
That's
times.
different. That is, I think that's breaking Geneva Conventions. Making someone watch episodes 7, 8, and 9, I think is considered a war crime.
Did you go see episodes 8 and 9 after like 6 came out and you didn't like it? Because we both agree 6 is the worst.
7?
7, you know what I'm trying to say.
No, 7 is also not the worst. 9 is.
I thought we agreed it was the worst. We've had this conversation before.
Mom and Dad are fighting
You
again.
must have gotten my words wrong because 9 is the worst one.
How is 9 the worst?
Because it's so dumb, the plot line. The way they just bring Sidious
Yeah,
back.
that's fair. Sam has no idea what we're
They just
talking
brought him back. Because what was the point of him having died in episode 6 if they just bring him
You're
back
spoiling
anyways?
the movies.
These movies came out in the 80s. How is it a spoiler?
Well, the ones you're talking about did
Well,
not.
Spoiler alert!
Was
Spoiler
it
alert!
was it 70s? It was like
Well-
late 70s, 80s.
The first one came out 77, but I was meaning you were talking about the sequels, and those
I was talking about
recently
where
came out.
Sidious died because that's where I would
Okay.
have spoiled something, and those came out in the 70s
Well,
and
no,
80s.
you were also spoiling the fact that he comes back, which is in the
Well,
most recent movie.
He didn't say anything about spoilers until after I mentioned that he died.
But now I'm gonna watch the movie and he's gonna die and I'm not gonna feel anything at all because I'm like, oh, he's just gonna come back. I don't really care. You spoiled the movies.
Okay, now I'm only going to make you watch 7, 8, and 9 just for that.
Okay, maybe he did. Okay, my grandpa always spoils movies and books. His favorite thing is to read the last page of a book first. It's so dumb.
Why?
I don't
kind
know.
of understand that.
So-
I kind of.
So my parents get home from a movie or whatever. They're in college. They get home they were about to go to the movie. And my
Okay.
grandpa has already seen it. So they said, don't say a word. Because they know if he says a word about this movie, he will spoil it.
Yeah.
He goes, oh no, I'm not going to ruin it. I just want to tell you this funny thing. Proceeds to spoil it. Then they go to the movies. They watch the movie. What he told them did not happen.
Dude.
See, my mom likes it when I spoil things for her because, like, she's been watching Shameless after
Dude,
me.
that's so lame.
And then she's like,
Yeah.
what happens here? And I'm like, you'll find out. And she goes, no, tell me. And I'm like, are you sure? And she's like,
Why?
yes, tell me.
See, I want to know, but I never ask anyone.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Makes
what
me tell
happens?
her.
Like,
She
I hate
wants
it
me
if
to
I
spoil it.
accidentally come across a spoiler or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
Oh my God, me too.
Like when I'm watching a show or movie for the
Yeah.
first time, I just stay off of TikTok or YouTube for the entirety of the time that
Like,
I'm watching
especially
it.
if it's like something super popular at the moment.
Yeah.
Like,
Like when I was watching Attack on Titan, I made sure that I didn't watch anything revolving around that because I didn't want any spoilers.
Yeah.
It was awful. But the show was good. More than good enough to make up for it.
All right.
I didn't go.
Do you have the other fight scene with Sidious in here?
No. I should have. I included a whole bunch of the ones in the prequels just because there's so many.
Yeah. I was going
And
to say, because
then-
the fight scene where he's still the Chancellor, like he hasn't
Yeah.
changed his appearance yet. That
It does
one,
have a very similar style though, which I was going
Yeah.
to say.
that one shows off perfectly just how strong he is
That's fair.
because he takes out the strongest Jedi
That's
in
true.
the Order.
With that being said,
All
I
on
don't
his
think
own.
that choreography, like the plot and everything, how it works, yes, that's
Yeah.
good. The choreography in that scene itself, I just feel like is not good because he does just go and take out the strongest Jedis, like with no effort whatsoever.
Yeah.
Wow.
But because he does that, it just shows how strong he is.
Oh yeah.
Because he was going against people like Mace Windu and Kit
Yeah,
Fisto,
no, and-
who are renowned as the strongest.
Those two makes those two I don't have a problem with, like the choreography between them.
Yeah.
I have a problem with, I don't know their names, but the first few Jedis that he kills like right when they come in, like
One of them's Kit.
I don't know, but I just think it's really dumb how quickly he kills them. Like, because I don't remember it exactly, but I want to say they don't even like ever like touch each other's lightsabers. Like he just kills them.
That's because of what he does when he leaps at them. He uses a force scream, which is something
Some
exclusive.
of them, but I want to say not all the time. I don't know. I don't think all of them. I just remember looking at it and being like,
when he does his spinning attack and lunges at them and screams,
yeah,
he's
that.
using the force through that scream and it just shuts them down. Which is a power he only learned through the dark side.
Yeah, which I also wanted to point that out in this one. Like you can, not that. You can very well see his style at the, like, look at that face.
That's literally me, dude.
I would certainly
But, like,
hope not.
He starts the fight by like raising his arms up over his head and then like, I don't know, he like dives
Yeah.
at him and like,
It's almost ritualistic.
yeah, he very much has his own style.
Yeah. Why?
His face. I
copy
laugh
it.
every single time I
Copy
see
it.
that scene.
No.
Copy it.
No.
Why?
Because I don't want to. Stop looking at me like that.
All right, next. Also, or did we finish watching it?
Yes.
Okay.
This
This-
scene, yeah.
This one is going on at the same time as Obi-Wan and Anakin, just so you know,
Yeah.
Sam.
It's they're happening simultaneously.
You said Yoda was fully CGI, like there's no one standing in his place or anything.
I honestly
No,
don't
they've got a little dwarf.
know. I think he's fully CGI, but
I'm pretty
I
sure he is, yeah.
This actor is just fighting air at this point.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's
That's
a couple,
crazy.
I know. There's a couple times where I feel like you can notice it, but only if you're really looking. And I
Yeah.
was really looking.
Because, like, I can't imagine doing that.
I also think this isn't so much on the choreography, but looking at this scene, not this part of it, but I feel like there's probably not a good shot in this, but some of their like close-ups, it honestly looks like both of them are CGI with like all the prosthetics and stuff.
Yeah.
Which I know they're not, and
Yeah.
I've looked into it because I was
don't-
curious.
Yeah, I don't
but-
think that
Oh, he's not.
Palpatine
He's
is.
not CGI.
I think it's all just
He's not.
makeup,
It is.
which would be
But-
horrible to wear all that.
I would sob.
Because he genuinely probably has 3 pounds of makeup on his face. And that would be awful.
That would be terrible. But, like... Stupid mic. But, like,
Don't insult the mic. How dare you?
I hate you. I'll insult you instead. Just take it all
Do
out
that
of you.
anyways.
I don't remember what I was going to say. Okay. Are you?
Yeah, we can go on.
Okay.
All right, this is the best one, Sam. Just
Okay.
saying.
So dial in.
Yes.
Wait, I think I've heard people talk about this fight.
I'm sure you
absolutely
have. I'm sure you've heard us talk about this.
And this shows off both of their fighting styles. This is showing off just how
Pause for
aggressive Anakin has become
I
and
want.
how defensive Obi-Wan is.
Yeah, I like how they do that thing. I mean, right there where he chokes him, which I know he's already done that with Padme,
Yeah.
but I like that they start to incorporate that because that's like his thing that he
Oh,
does.
yeah.
Like, okay, I don't know if you know this or not. He will just like choke people with the Force
Yeah.
and
he
kill them
just
that way.
does this.
Yeah.
And they choke and die.
But like that's his thing in the original trilogy, so I think it's kind of cool that they start to incorporate that in
Yeah.
the last one of or the prequels.
Yeah. But it just shows how angry he's become and how focused on just killing his opponent, not just
I mean,
stopping
I
them.
know he doesn't intend to kill her, but I mean, he kills his wife that way.
I'm meaning
Oh?
him. He's actively trying to kill Obi-Wan.
I know,
And it shows
I'm saying, like Anakin. I mean, there was more to it, obviously, and they say that in the movie, but he killed his wife by choking her. Like I said,
Well,
there was more to
yeah.
it.
I'm meaning more the whole scene, like the scene as a whole,
Yeah.
showing how aggressive he's become
No, I agree.
despite what Obi-Wan has tried to teach him.
Yeah.
And then Obi-Wan staying true to the Jedi Order, staying defensive, only doing what he has to.
And I also like they incorporate that. And this scene, I feel, or this part of the scene, I feel like also just shows like their connection.
Yeah. And they're just kicking each other on the table. It just shows
Yeah.
how much they care about this fight.
Yeah.
They don't even need their lightsabers to continue fighting.
Also, sorry, go back real quick. I like how I mean, obviously they had to do this in order to get what was going to happen. That's fine. But when he does originally start to get angry in this scene, because honestly, I don't think his style or his technique changes that much throughout this. I don't think it's hindered or anything.
No.
But the one time or one of the times, I don't remember if it's the only time he does it, where you can see he's starting to get angry, and he does just like swing, is when he hits that thing that sets off like the lava or whatever. Which,
Yeah.
So.
Though to an extent, I think when he gets angry, he gets stronger, unlike Luke does in his fighting later.
Yeah.
Because Luke was fighting against the dark side, and Anakin at this point has given in.
Yeah.
So he's using it and fueling.
See, I like how they do that because that, I don't know, that just like shows, I feel like, their connection.
Yeah.
You said they were brothers?
No,
Like brothers.
yeah.
Okay.
Obi-Wan is Anakin's master. Or was when he was a Jedi.
Yeah.
Or training to be a Jedi.
Okay, I see.
Again, you didn't show
I
the
did.
last part of it where he flips
See,
over.
Unlike
That
some
part wasn't
people-
entertaining.
She doesn't like spoiling movies.
No, that part just wasn't as entertaining as the
Again,
rest.
these
I was
movies
trying.
came out in the 90s.
I was trying to.
That was 35 years ago, Sam. These are 30-year-old movies.
I hate you so much.
You should
It's
know.
been that long.
Yes.
I mean, I knew that, but
I don't remember exactly when they came out, but it's 25, 30 years old. Around there.
yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
I was gonna say something that the thought just.
No, it wouldn't. Would it be that old?
Yeah.
It came out. They came
Just
out.
like
I want to say.
Mid to late 90s,
When did?
I think.
I'm looking it up.
The first ones might have come out early 90s, but I know these ones were 90s.
I thought you said they were.
That
was
was
the
their
original
original trilogy.
trilogy.
Okay.
Original trilogy
It
came
was
out in the
70s
70s,
into
80s.
80s. I want to
It was
say
late 70s, early 80s. These
77.
ones came
The
out
second one, it's 79 or 80, and then
around there, yeah.
I'm looking it up right now.
Let's see, my mom was.
Yeah, A New Hope was
My
77.
mom was born in
Empire
77.
Strikes Back was 80. Why are we not going in order? Return of the Jedi was 83. Phantom Menace was 99. I was thinking that one was closer to the
Yeah.
2000s because that one came out while my parents were living in California. Where
I
is the
forgot
next
your
one?
parents lived in California.
Clone Wars. Why doesn't it say?
The Attack of the Clones?
Oh, the clone. It's because it's showing me different stuff. No, the Clone Wars is what I was clicked on.
Okay, that's a different
yeah,
thing.
Yeah, I know that. I just saw clones. I clicked on it.
That's
Hold on.
Oh,
Let me find
a
it.
little different. It's a
It's
animated
not.
TV
it's,
series.
It's
Oh,
not
okay.
showing it here. It's not showing that
brother.
one. Episode 3 was 99. And then Force Awakens was 2015.
Yeah.
I don't know the
God,
exact
I wish
years.
they never came out with that one.
I really think that one is the worst.
9 is the worst one. which is-
9's not great. I mean, you're about to see
This
a
one.
really bad fight scene, but
Oh, yeah.
am I gonna giggle? Am I gonna get a hearty little chuckle?
I hope you show the one where they're fighting against the Red Guards.
no, I
Ray and Kylo.
literally only did one from this one and one from the original just because
You couldn't
I-
bear watching the fight scenes. The one with the one where Ray and Kylo are fighting the Red Guards. You'll just be watching it and see one of them gets pushed 5 feet away,
oh yeah, but that's not so much
And then
choreography as
he
just an air and
teleports.
shooting.
and then he teleports 20 feet farther, and then comes back into the fight.
Okay.
I need to find that.
It is awful.
Anyway.
Alrighty then.
Go ahead, watch. earlier.
I know.
I specifically, I made sure I included that part of it so that you would see him switch to that.
Yeah,
it's
they
so
both
dumb.
held it backhanded, and neither of them have backhanded swords. His is arguably the worst one.
So,
I think the only good part about that is the very end when he stops, because it's showing how he's fighting against the dark side.
he
That's
stops because Leia dies.
Well, yeah, that too. But it's also kind of showing that where he's hesitant.
Yeah,
and he's
that's
still
true.
connected to the light side through her.
And through Leia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's that slight resistance.
Yeah. And then also, I didn't show it because, again, not really choreography, but after that, when he like has that moment where he stops and he realizes like through the force that his mom just died, Rey then spoiler. Shut up. Rey then impales him. That would be what it's called.
Stabs him.
Stabs him. Yeah.
How did you forget the word
You
stab?
are valedictorian. How do you not know the word stab?
And then goes and like actually heals him. So
I'd also like to comment on how stupid that is. They just brought that into play.
well, hold on. Kind of.
I understand that was probably a thing.
Well,
But
no,
they
hold on,
just
hold
are
on.
like,
I'm not completely
force heal.
disagreeing with you because I do think it's dumb. And they use it, I don't know which episode it is. It's one of the sequels, when she like heals that creature when they're trapped in the thing underground in the desert. Okay. Well, anyway, that's the first time she does it, and then she does it again with Kylo Ren.
But it just seems like such a...
But the only connection I do see, and I'm not saying it's the best connection because it's not, but if you go back to episode 3, you can kind of connect it to what Darth Sidious and Anakin are talking about with like being able to overcome death.
Yes, but that was through the dark side.
Yes. Like I said, it's not the best connection.
Yes.
It's still
There's
somewhat
also like
lost.
Darth Plagueis, who is... He's not one of the strongest, but he's up there with the stronger Sith Lords. Because granted, there's people like Darth Nihilus who can literally suck the life energy out of an entire planet. So he's not quite the strongest. And then there's creatures like Dabawan out there.
You guys lost me a long time ago.
But he was still an incredibly strong Sith Lord, and Rey is very far off of
Something
that.
else. Both of these people have been trained by Luke. Now, I understand, like, they're not going to be to his skill level, all that.
But they should be competent.
They should be confident. They should reflect a little bit of his style.
Yeah.
They reflect
Especially
his
Kylo
style
Ren,
in the scene
because
where
he was trained more.
Yeah.
Rey gets the excuse of she's fairly new.
Yeah, and it was also trained by she was also trained by Leia, but Leia was trained by Luke. So
Yeah.
And they don't show many of Leia's scene. I mean, they show her like one scene with her training and it's CGI, but it does like I don't notice it as this fighting or this choreography is really bad in that scene. Like it does kind of at least reflect the previous styles, but also it's just her training. So
Yeah.
Huh?
So bad. I cannot express how much I hate the sequels.
So the next time, you're at my house and I might be upset for one reason or another, I'm just gonna like strap you down and make you watch.
What do you mean you're gonna strap him down?
I don't know.
Do I need to call the cops?
No.
Yes.
I was debating on saying yes, and I thought about it and thought that probably wasn't a good idea, so I'm not gonna.
Then you said it anyways.
I did.
Moron.
I said half of it.
Yes. Wait, no. This is not your equipment. Be careful. She will kill you.
She's probably going to regardless at some point.
No, that's probably true. Yeah.
Might as well just get it
If
over
Chris
with.
doesn't get to it first.
I was about to say
One
the
of
same
these,
thing.
if I die, it was one of these two. I
She's
swear.
a liar.
Nuh-uh.
Not a single word out of his mouth has ever been true.
Well, in comparison, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, anyone's a saint compared.
Don't say it.
I wasn't.
Anyone's a
I
saint
was
in
making sure he
comparison.
wasn't.
I did not like that sound.
Why did that sound like someone taking a poop in a prison toilet? Just
That was horrible.
Not
Bad.
quite. I forgot.
it sounds like someone taking a little poop in a prison toilet. It's awful. Why'd you just chug that?
There wasn't much left.
Looked like it.
Well, there wasn't.
Well, it wasn't.
All right.
ASMR?
No.
So we're gonna.
I will murder you.
I told you. I'm being touched.
Okay, don't say that.
He did the cow bitey thing on my knee.
Cow bitey thing.
Correct, yes. They're like this thing, only on my knee.
Chris knew exactly what you were talking about.
Yeah. Also, who are we explaining this
I
to?
have no idea.
If
I'll
there's
tell you.
anyone watching this,
Zero
no
people.
idea.
what time is it?
10:06?
I can't see that, Chris.
Yeah, Chris.
How?
I'm at an angle and it's over there.
And my wire's probably covering it.
No, it's not. You're still closer.
I think you're stupid.
I'm blind.
Yeah. So you're blind and deaf. Are you Helen Keller?
Ooh.
Well, we determined the other day that she was deaf.
The Constance
we.
stuff?
I determined the other day
Okay, I was
that
like,
she
I
was
didn't
deaf.
see Constance the other day.
No, actually, you said I was hearing things. I said I was deaf. You said no, you're
No,
just
that
hearing
was a
things.
different time. When you were
Are
on
you
the
guys
phone,
okay?
she's insane, deaf, and blind.
Have you guys seen those TikTok
when did
audios of
Insane
people
get into
impersonating
this?
Helen Keller?
Because you're hearing things.
Okay.
Have you seen those TikTok audios of people impersonating
Yes,
Helen
I have.
Keller?
Yes.
Like Helen Keller
Mm.
covering this song, and then it's just like it's so bad.
I have not seen that. I don't think I want to see
Yes,
that.
you
And
do.
I don't want to see
You
it
do.
right
It's
now.
Comedy gold.
I do not want to see it right now.
Gonna sit that.
Switch it back over to the main interface.
Dip, 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 dip,
Yeah?
dip, dip, dip. Yep.
Okay. Do either of you two have anything else you want to say?
Cameron Monaghan in the games. The only reason I want to learn Star Wars at all is that I can play the games
It's
and
because
understand.
you have the
what-
hots for Cameron Monaghan.
Correct.
And every other guy ever.
Incorrect.
Yes, that is true. Yeah.
Most of the people that I have talked about, like characters and whatnot that I've talked about in the past month, have all been played by Cameron Monaghan.
What about that person you're currently talking to who's in 8th grade?
I don't cut that out, please. And I don't like him.
Sam, this is what's called a live stream. We can't cut that out.
I didn't say names.
I don't care. That's still
Keep in
terrible.
mind, Sam is a sophomore.
I don't have
It's not horrible. You do have
feels-
you
it feels
do
terrible.
have a thing for him, but it's not horrible. It's only 2 years difference.
Don't have a thing for him.
You do.
Are you inside my head? Do
Okay,
you-
he does then.
That's his prerogative. that is his prerogative. I don't have a thing for him.
Yeah, you do. Sam, I've seen the way you've acted with every single other person that you've liked recently. Very similar. And I've called all
For
the
that
other
matter,
ones
not
correctly.
even recently.
Are you two living inside my head? Do you know what
Basically,
goes
at
on
this
inside my
point.
brain?
At this point,
I
yeah,
mean,
basically.
I hear enough about it. You spam me.
This is true.
I don't spam you as much as I was spamming my TikTok stories the other day, dude.
So glad I don't look at this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish I didn't.
Just don't.
Yeah, that's a
Well,
really good solution.
it's hard
yeah.
to do when they pop up on your For You page and then
And it's just
you
me
see
yapping
it.
at 3x speed about something completely
We'll
random.
never understand why you just turn it on 3 times speed, and then talk.
I get
No one
bored.
understands what
I
you're
get
saying.
bored and no one's answering me, so I just yap on my TikTok.
Why do you think no one's answering you? Because you're just yapping.
You're saying words, and none of them have any meaning whatsoever.
Sometimes they have meaning.
No, they don't. I watched your stories. Not a single ounce of substance in those.
I was yapping about something. Oh yeah, Sasha Allen.
You were yapping about the fact that you were laying in bed on spring break and you were sad about it.
I also
you
was
should be
yapping
out
about
partying.
Sasha Allen. I was also
Can we stop hitting things? It kind of makes loud noise.
It's probably a good idea.
No, he released music and I was yapping about that for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling you to go stream it because it's fire and you should go stream it.
And is he gonna do that?
No.
I think you would actually like it.
I
It's
don't
like
care
folky.
though. I
Okay.
don't care.
You wouldn't like it
Also,
as
I love
much.
the fact that we just gave him a free ad. For one viewer,
Shout
that's
out
probably
Sasha
Constance's
Allen.
phone.
Is it my phone? I haven't been on it in a while.
I don't know.
He probably has it up on the screen in there, to be honest.
I don't know.
He does that.
If he does, then we've just given a free ad.
Yes, go stream. It's called
What's
Jawbreaker.
his face?
Go stream Jawbreaker.
Why are we giving free ads? Why are we
because
doing
I
this?
love him. He's adorable.
If we're giving ads, I want to get paid for it.
No.
That's the point of an advertisement.
But he didn't ask me to give him an ad. I just
That's
started
the-
talking.
I know. That's my point.
I can yap about anything and everything. Except for Star Wars,
Oh, I
apparently. I
know.
wasn't yapping.
Trust me. I'm aware.
Give me a topic. Go.
No.
Sam, what do you think happens every day of our lives that we hang out with you?
I'm either radio
Half the
silent
time,
because
you don't
I'm
even
thinking-
need
A
a
topic.
prompt. You just go, oh my God, I have this thing. And I'm like, no one cares. 0 people on this world
You
care.
know what that sounded like? Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh my god.
I'm-
Your
Constance,
head is huge.
why would you do this? Why would you do this? You knew what was going to happen.
Oh
You
my
knew exactly
God.
what was going to
Your
happen.
head is chicken jockey.
Okay, can we be done now?
God, I hope we are. A horrible place to sign off, but if it gets it over with, then sure.
Chicken jockey.
Okay.
All right.